Today's episode is dedicated to the world's most powerful IT tool. Have you tried turning it off and back on again? If you've ever called tech support, you've heard it. And if you work in tech, you've said it. Probably 100 times this week. But does this magic fix actually work? Or is it just a way to buy time while we Google your problem? I'm Ross Whitmore of Northern Technology Services in Petoskey, Michigan, and today we're going to dig into the science, the myths, and the real reason behind this classic IT move. Now, this phrase, it's so famous, it's practically a meme, but here's the truth. We don't ask you to reboot just to stall for time or because we're out of ideas. Turning it off and on again is the tech world's equivalent of taking 2 aspirin and, well, call me in the morning. It's simple, but shockingly, it's effective. So, why does this actually work? Well, here's what's really happening when you reboot. You're clearing your memory. Your computer's RAM is like a whiteboard. Over time, it gets filled with notes, doodles, half-erased reminders from different programs, and that restart wipes it clean, and it gives your system a fresh start. Resetting glitches. Software gets stuck. Processes freeze, and sometimes things just go sideways. Restarting stops all running programs, and, well, it starts them fresh. It clears out the errors. Applying updates. Many updates and fixes actually only finish installing after you do the reboot. Network resets. Your router and your modem, they're little computers too. Rebooting them clears up the connection issues caused by memory leaks or glitches, and 9 out of 10 times will probably restore your internet connectivity. It's not magic, it's just science. Computers, like people, sometimes, well, they need a little nap. So when it works and why it's often the first thing that we try. Rebooting can fix slow computers, frozen programs, weird error messages, network connection issues, printer problems. Yes, really, printer problems. I said that. It was working fine yesterday moments. Why do we ask you to try this first? Because it does. It solves 60% of these problems. It's fast, safe, and easy, and it works. You're back in business in 60 seconds, maybe a couple minutes. If it takes longer, then your computer might be old, and that's a different conversation we're going to have. And if it doesn't, at least then we get to rule out the basics, and, well, now we can dive deeper into figuring out the root cause of the issue. And of course, rebooting, it isn't a silver bullet. It's not going to fix physical hardware errors. You know, your drive's dead. It's dead. It's time. It's moved on. It's passed away now. Broken screens, keyboards, actual software bugs from, third-party vendors that may need updates or patches. Data loss, file corruption, that coffee you spilled on your laptop. Sorry. Keep the liquids a little farther away, please. And if the problem comes right back after a reboot, then now we know, here's our sign, there is definitely something deeper that's wrong. And that's when it's time to call in the pros. Now, the science. Think of your computer like a busy restaurant kitchen. Over time, dirty dishes pile up. The stove gets messy. The chef forgets what order comes next. A reboot, it's closing the kitchen for the deep clean. Everything gets reset, you're ready for a fresh dinner rush. Now, fun fact, even giant companies, think Google, Amazon, NASA, they use rebooting as a troubleshoot step. If it's good enough for rocket scientists, then, hey, that's good enough for us. Now, reboot the right way, though. Pro tips for the proper reboot. Don't close the laptop lid. Actually go to the menu and hit the restart button. Phones, tablets, power them off all the way, then back on again. For routers and modems, unplug it, count to 30, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then plug it back in. Save your work first. Don't lose that spreadsheet that you've been ignoring all week. And don't worry asking if you've rebooted. It is not an insult. This is just step 1 in the IT playbook. Now, if you've tried rebooting and the problem's still there, here's what helps your IT pro. Write down any error messages you see. Note what you were doing when the issue happened. Tell us if this is a new problem or if it's happened before. And bonus points if you can say, yes, I already tried turning it off and on again. Now, keep in mind, we can tell if you've rebooted the computer or not. So, next time you hear, have you tried turning it off and back on again? No, this isn't a brush off. This is a proven, science backed first step that fixes more than half of tech problems. And if it doesn't, then we roll up our sleeves and it's time to get dirty. And if you need help with stubborn tech issues, whether or not you've already rebooted, give us a call at Northern Technology Services, 844-959-5040, or visit ntsmanage.com. And we're here to help, no matter how many times you've pushed the power button. So thanks for watching our NTECH tips. Subscribe for more tech truths and a few laughs. And a lot of practical advice. Now remember, sometimes the oldest tricks, they really are the best. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.